Well, hello and welcome to Producer Dan. I'm Dan. Thanks very much for joining me on my 40th. And I mean my 40th video, that is, not my 40th birthday, I wish. Yes, this is my 40th YouTube video, and so I thought I'd like to celebrate that by doing a studio tour. I've done a lot of videos about writing songs and creating songs. I do it right here in this little garage apartment. And it's a very interesting space, and I have some very interesting things here I'd like to share with you. I actually made a lot of this stuff here in the studio, and for that reason I'm going to classify this video as an Inspiration Wednesday video, because maybe I'll inspire you to build a desk like this or to build something that suits your needs. I've really surrounded myself in this small space with just the essentials and just the things that I really like. When I found this apartment, I was very happy. This apartment made it possible for me to create videos, also to create my music. I'm not disturbing any neighbors, no neighbors are disturbing me. This apartment is just amazing in so many ways. Number one, it's in two sides. This side is my studio, the kitchen's over there just beyond this pole. And in back of me is, technically it's the entryway, but I've turned it into kind of a gym area, which I don't use very much. And I should, but there it is. I have it if, when and if I want it. This faces east, so I get morning light through these windows here. And I do cover all my windows when I make videos just to keep the lighting consistent. No matter what time of day it is, I can always sit down and film a video or reshoot a video. If I didn't like the way something came out, I can reshoot it, relight it, and it'll look similar to what it was before. So I keep the lighting similar by kind of closing those windows off. And I also close off those back windows with some pieces of cardboard that I painted black. So it looks like the night sky, but it's not. It's really daylight outside. So yeah, that's the space. And there's a cement floor underneath us here, which was one of the reasons why I like this place. Again, this is a converted garage. This side was obviously a carport area at one time. You can tell because there's a window over here with a flamingo kind of cutout, which is very popular here in Miami, Florida. That's where I am. Which obviously led to an outside area at one time, and then they built onto this carport area, making that the living area. It's fully air conditioned. It's a great space. I was happy to have found it, very lucky, I think. The entire building is made of cement block brick. It really cuts down on the noise, but I feel very safe during hurricane season. And in the cement floor. Now, I liked the look of the floor when I moved in. I thought it was really cool to live in a converted garage, and I still do. I love the space. But I found that I didn't spend a lot of time on this side. I wasn't really working in my studio enough, and I thought, why am I not in my studio? And it occurred to me that I didn't really like walking on the cement floor with my bare feet. So I thought, well, maybe I have to put down some kind of a rug, and it really helped with some noise. It lightens up the space, and I feel really comfortable walking in here. It's amazing, and it cuts down on the sound, and it matches my acoustic panels that I built as well. I ordered the rectangles online, so I just built the boxes. Very simple. You can find videos on YouTube on how to build these, but I was thrilled to find this fabric, actually. I wanted something obviously a little porous so the sound could go into the acoustic foam. I made 6 of these panels total, so there's 4 there in that material, and I did these in black. I don't know why. I think it had something to do with the apartment I was living in at the time. I thought, okay, I'll have 2 black ones and I'll have 4 of these. So I also built this desk. I didn't build the desk, but everything else on it was put on. This desk is a workbench that goes into a garage. It's a Gladiator desk. It weighs 300 pounds. I got it from Sears. I was looking for something really strong and sturdy, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. It looks like it belongs in a garage. I didn't know I was going to end up living in a garage at the time, but I thought it was very cool. So I ordered it from Sears. I dragged it home in my little Fiat from the Aventura Sears, about maybe 35 minutes from here. And the people thought I was absolutely nuts because they're like, you're not going to fit this in that car. And so I took everything out of the box and stuffed it into my car and drove home like this for 30 minutes with this desk, this 300-pound desk kind of on my shoulder. But I got it home and put it together. So one of the reasons why I chose this workbench as my desk is because underneath was the perfect measurement for a slide-out tray for my Yamaha electric piano. I had already built the slide-out cabinet for the piano that's under here. I just put some pine boards together, glued them together, and then put a little piece of oak on the front just to make it look nice. And I'm not a carpenter by any means, and this was my first attempt in actually using these slide-out drawers that I use for the piano, but it came out perfectly. Like, if it were any tighter, it may not have worked. I thought that was a big success and was so happy. I have since actually moved that piano back a few inches just so my knees can fit under. And I also put this armrest. This armrest was a recent addition. I put this on maybe 8 months ago. I did this the same time I reupholstered that workout bench in the gym area. I found that on the side of the road and I brought it home and cleaned it up and I put some new black vinyl on it, and I had some left over and I thought, well, that would make a nice armrest for my desk. And the armrest is actually held on to this solid wood top by these little L brackets. They're made of steel, they're very strong, so it's kind of just clutched onto the top of the desk with some screws. It's very sturdy, and I have actually put my head down here and taken a nap. But my elbows never touch this desk. I can't remember the last time I went beyond this. I was so happy with this, and this makes working at this desk a pleasure. If you don't have something like this on your desk, it's easily made. That's just a piece of wood that was left over from the piano drawer. That was the right length, it was about this thick. I just put some foam on it and then used some leftover vinyl, but you can get this vinyl anywhere at any fabric store. So the fabric is wrapped under here and then everything is stapled on this side and it doesn't show, and I think it looks great and it certainly feels great, and it's one of the things that I'm very pleased with. So this desk, I was so pleased with it when it was finished. It looked just like the kind of the inspiration pictures I saw on Pinterest with the rollout keyboards. So I couldn't have been happier with it. So I've also added these shelves that come out from the side. I have one on each side, one for my MIDI keyboard, and the other one I keep notes for when I'm doing videos, when I'm looking at the camera. I have everything kind of here. Now, this thing, I really do want to mention this. I got this at IKEA. This is a cookbook holder. You can find this in the kitchen section in IKEA, and it's perfect for if you read music. You can put it in front of you like that. It goes over the keyboard like that. If you have notes that you're reading off from like I do, it's perfect. And it's perfect for a cookbook holder as well. So it's these little things that, you know, I didn't spend a lot of money on, that I made or just, you know, or found a use for in the studio. that, you know, just made life so much easier and made it so much more comfortable to work in here. So I'll go quickly over the equipment because I don't want to bore you with that, but it's just basically a Focusrite Twin Pro compressor that I put my vocals through first, or my guitar through first when I'm doing recordings. I have underneath that the Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. So I go into my compressor, the compressor goes into this, and then this goes into my computer. Then I have my computer here, which is kind of old. I think it's a 2009 or 2011. I haven't looked in a while, but it's about 10 years old. And it does blink at me that I need more RAM, but I'm not ready to buy another one. I'll just find workarounds, which I do. This is a MXL 4000 condenser microphone that I use for vocals, for dialogue, acoustic guitar recording. I also have, for microphones, I have a SM57 and an SM58. That's all I have for mics. Very simple, very kind of budget, economy, minimalist, essentialist. That's how I'm doing everything here. The Rocket 5 speakers, love those. I got these at a pawn shop for a very good price. Then I have my PreSonus fader port, which I love when I'm recording because I usually set up the microphone somewhere here, and if I'm in my vocal booth that I set up, this will easily go down on the floor when I'm recording. So I can just put it down on the floor and press record, press stop. It makes it so much easier. So I love this little thing. That was also money well spent. I did a video on my 11 rack, so that's actually one of my more popular videos. Check that out. I love this. Having this in the studio makes it so much easier. I don't have amplifiers. I do my bass and all my guitar, my rhythm, my lead, everything goes through that. This is just something that if I had multiple people in the studio, you can plug your headphones into here and each one has their own headphone volume. And then I have two of the Glyph hard drives. So I have my main hard drive and I have a backup. I actually dropped this. I started out with one, I had all my work on this and dropped it. And I had to send it in and they recovered all the information on it and sent me a new one. So the company was excellent. Customer service was excellent. If you're looking for hard drives for a studio, I would certainly recommend them. I thought it was very nice of them to do that for me. And so I did buy another one and I backed up all my work. So I didn't lose any of my work. But it was a little scary. And of course, every recording studio needs a lava lamp. One other thing that I got from IKEA that I really love are these little lamps. These are $14. I have one on each side and I've screwed them right down into the desk, so it is part of the desk now. This makes for nice lighting over here behind me when I'm filming, and I use that one to bounce off a whiteboard for my filming as well. It helps out with my lighting. And of course, it's great for task lighting when I'm here doing editing or anything at the computer. So something else I have here at my desk is my keyboard cover. I got this from the B&H website. They have several different versions, and this keeps your keyboard clean. It makes it very comfortable to use. This comes right off. You can dust it. And it does have all of the Pro Tools keyboard shortcuts on it. And of course I have my Producer Dan coffee mug here in the background. And this is very inspirational to me as well. So once I had these made, I drink my coffee out of them in the morning and give them out to friends. And so it's kind of a celebration of the channel, and it makes me happy to have it around. I also have this little rock on my desk. This is from Maine. I'm from Maine, if you couldn't tell by my accent that comes and goes every now and then. This is obviously a piece of white granite. I found it on the beach. I'm always looking for interesting rocks, so I have a ton of them in my in the other room from different parts of the world. I grabbed some rocks from Greece and from Egypt and all kinds of places that I visited. I keep this on my desk as a little paperweight, plus it's a reminder of Maine, because I'll always consider that home, even though I live in Miami. So that you'll always see right here. All right, so before we close today, I thought I would show you my guitars. So this is my Martin acoustic guitar. I did purchase this in Zurich, Switzerland when I went on a trip to Europe. I forget how long ago it was. It was a long time ago. But this was a souvenir. I needed an acoustic guitar. I wanted to play it while I was over there, so I purchased it. So it's kind of a souvenir from a trip, and if anything were to happen to this, I think this is probably the most valuable thing in here because it means a little something to me. But it doesn't have any adornments. It's the low-end Martin. It's a quality guitar, and that's what I need here in the studio. Just something to that I can play and put down tracks, and it doesn't have to be showy or anything like that. So that's the Martin. This is my electric. I had another electric, but it was a Ullman, and I couldn't get the G string to tune. It was buzzy, it was whiny, the string just wouldn't tune for me. I tried to set up the guitar, I didn't have any luck, so I just got frustrated one day and brought it into the pawn shop and said, what do you give me for it? And so I got this instead. This is a Squier Stratocaster. So I went on Amazon. This was a refurbished or a scratch and dent. It was a good deal. I wouldn't have chosen this color if it wasn't, but this is what they had for a very good deal, so I bought it. And again, it's a workhorse. You can play rhythm, lead on this thing, and I really like it. So it can stay, and but I do have my eye on a Telecaster at a store just down the street. I think it's nice to have two electric guitars in your studio, so you can thicken up those guitar tracks with two different guitars. So that is in the future, and I look forward to that. This was my first ever bass guitar, and again, it's a Squier from Fender. And for bass guitars, I just grabbed whatever was available at Guitar Center. I grabbed the cheapest one, and again, it was just to put down bass tracks on my songs that I write and record. It's dusty. I haven't played this in a long time. It's broken. I dropped it, and it has the input here at the bottom, so it got jacked, and I bought a soldering iron. I was going to attempt to fix it, but I really needed another bass, so I went to Guitar Center and bought this, and I was very happy with this. This is a Mitchell, and again, it's a scratch and dent model. There's a huge dig right here, and there's a huge chunk taken out of the back. They had this marked down for $150. And I thought it was lovely, and again, it's a studio instrument. It has to be a workhorse. It doesn't have to look pretty. And I'm very happy with it. I don't know a lot about basses, but this does have some mother of pearl in the frets, some inlaid mother of pearl in the frets, and it's beautiful. I think it's a nice glossy black, and it plays nicely. I have no problems with this guitar at all. So this is the bass you hear on all of my music tracks. And this is my MIDI controller that you see here in the background a lot. It works very nicely. It's just the basic M audio. So I put down trumpets and horn sections and string sections with this. I have one regret with this. I wish I had purchased the next size up because this is a little limited. I tried to do a bass line the other day on this, a MIDI bass line, and it just wasn't enough room. So I had to use my electric piano to do the MIDI for that. So there's a small regret there, and maybe down the road I'll get a larger one, but for now that is doing its job. So that does conclude my studio tour video, and I really enjoyed doing this one. I had a lot of fun putting it together and kind of mapping it out and thinking about how I was going to do it. I wish I had had the time to take you outside and show you my outside garden area. I think I'll save that for a future Inspiration Wednesday video, because I get a lot of inspiration from that area. I sit and listen to audiobooks, enjoy the sun, write in my journal. It's been a very nice place to spend some time. So my next Inspiration Wednesday will be my outside garden area. So look forward to that. And I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.